finances here. We're here in Jersey City, fire escape's number 2 of 3. As you can see, we have some life safety issues in that some of these flats are already popping. And so this is a good example of what happens when you think that the fire escape is in good condition, yet all these flats are popping. And so this becomes a concern. Rivets are still here, but you can actually pop some of these. That's how long it's been. All the corners have been popped. This area looks like an area that gets wet all the time, stays wet. So it eats all the rust. It eats all the bolts. Somebody came in here many years ago, just welded the corners, and all of them are popped again. So, like a very unsafe structure here. Treads. You know, if you listen to what was said on number 1, number 2 gets the same issue. The 2 codes we're dealing with here is the International Fire Code 1028.6, the authority having jurisdiction, depending on the structural condition, shall order a load test. So the NFPA says the authority having jurisdiction shall accept by load test or other evidence of strength. I'm looking for other evidence of strength that I can give to the official to say that this fire escape does not need a load test. I can't. The fire escape has been painted and now it needs of another paint job, but structurally there hasn't been much of a refurbishment ever in its lifetime. I got a lot of cement issues into the wall, so a lot of the tiebacks are all compromised or suspect. I got rust on all the treads, original hardware everywhere. The ladder's got all original hardware all the way up to the top, so that's a safety concern for the firemen. The fireman stepping through that hole that was there before could get jammed and locked up. We've got some ACs in the windows, and down below we got grates and ACs. You can't have the access to the fire escape blocked like that. The recommendation is that you use those inside ACs. Original hardware. See, all the rust, more rust down below, believe it or not. Debris on these fire escapes, rust, huge rust buildup. And also every one of these treads has to be done and removed. Let's talk about the lead issue. You know that this is older than 1978, so it's presumed to have lead. So you must have an EPA renovator's license. The city official wants a permit pulled on this before any work is performed. The fire escape does have life safety issues. All the corners are rotted out. There's no bolts holding. The cement tiebacks and all the supports tying into the building, like the first one, all of these are also showing evidence that the water has gotten in there and it has opened up a lot of these. So let's keep walking down. Let's talk about this ladder weight box system. Another life safety issue. Look, it's already rotted out. This is ready to drop. So as soon as this drops, this chunk of steel down, it's gonna hurt somebody down there. It's then gonna release this ladder to go down like a guillotine. These have to be replaced. You can't fix these. And you have to load test them. So you have to just switch this out from chain to cable, and you make a smaller pulley system that goes there now that's covered to the weather. Again, missing bolts in the connections, missing bolts. There's a little bit of welding here that somebody came in and did a temporary weld, but the sad thing about welding is that now you have to load test the weld or x-ray the welds. So this fire escape needs to be refurbished. So 100% of all the treads rebolt, 100% of all the railings rebolt. You know, the corners, you don't have to do the bars. You hammer test these bars, and if they're solid, they stay. The flats, like we did over there and up above, you have to hit the flats to make sure they're not popping. If they're popping, change the bolts. But minimally on the gratings, front bolt and the back bolt as part of the frame needs to be rebolted. So this is 100% rebolting. To avoid the load test, you must 100% rebolt the entire superstructure, all the major connections. That includes all supports and all railings, everything. See, there's no nuts left. Everything's gone. Everything's been eaten here. So the other thing too that's important on these supports is this rivet. You need to put a gusset here. If you want to keep that rivet, you got to put a gusset here, so you can put 2 bolts here, 2 bolts there. And there's a single bolt in the back that needs to be reinforced also with a gusset. And then you got the tie back into the building. See all this rot? So you have a choice. Either you repack this whole entire support if it's still good, or about 5 inches away you put in an epoxy bolt. And then you put an angle clip back here, picking up this and picking up this, okay? Again, renovator's license required to touch this because it has all the lead. Notification to the people at the building. You got a lot of major rust on all the treads. Okay. debris, cabling everywhere that's trip hazards, cement into the wall. So all the cement on this entire fire escape is similar to number 1. You got debris and rot on every corner. So it's a total refurb on this fire escape here also. Any questions? As you can see, total. Over here you need to get a release arm so that when this thing is up, nobody can pull this down and break into it. The release arm can be made of a simple swing release arm latch, or you can use a chain that comes back to a hook here, single action, so that the only way you get out of here is somebody releases the chain, the ladder drops 2 to 3 feet per second by itself, hits the ground, stays down, and then that way you can evacuate and nobody can break into the building. Any questions on this fire escape number 2 of 3? Give us a call here at 866-649-0333. Inspector Meneses here. You can also call your local fire prevention marshal or inspector and review the findings with them, as they too will get a copy of this report. Okay, fire escape engineers, inspector summary video. Fire escape engineers, inspector summary video. Fire escape number 3 here, we're in Jersey City. This is fire escape 3 of 3. And this fire escape, we're not able to get up to it. The ladder will not come down, so we have a life safety issue on this one, in that the ladder is a non-functioning ladder. But the photographs that are shot of this fire escape pretty much mirrors the exact situation that we have on number 1 and number 2. Again, 100% refurbishment required of this fire escape in order to avoid the load test. You can spot repair this fire escape, but there's 75% failure rate on this thing. So it makes no sense to spot repair, then pay the cost of a load test on this one. We do have lead on the fire escape, so you have to have a renovator's license. A city official wants a permit pulled on this before any work is performed. He does want engineer oversight to make sure that the work is being done to avoid the load test. And it shows no evidence of maintenance. Everything is original hardware on this fire escape. And the other concern is also all the cement into the building is the same issue as fire escape number 1, 2, and 3. So repeating the 2 codes that we're dealing with on this fire escape, the International Fire Code 1028.6 states that depending on the structural condition, a load test may be ordered. So here we have a fire escape, and then the NFPA code is the authority having jurisdiction shall accept by load test or other evidence of strength. There is no other evidence of strength. This fire escape cannot go directly to a load test. It'll have a catastrophic failure, and it needs to be totally refurbished and painted, re-cemented back into the building to avoid the load test. If you want to spot repair it and then paint it and then load test it, I think the cost will be near at the same amount, if not more, depending. Any questions, fire escape engineers? This is 1 of 3. Please review 1 and 2 for more detailed information specific to fire escape systems just like this. This is 1 of 3, and they all look the same. They all have the same exact problems. Any questions? Fire escape engineers, Inspector Meneses here, 866-649-0333. You can also call your fire prevention officer and discuss these findings with he or she in regards to the repairs versus load testing or refurbishment in lieu of load testing. Thank you.